Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, nada, ¿y tú?
Oh man, let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so Kyobo Sunflower. So check this out. Been going through some stuff, right? But today, my poem got released on the Maricopa's Lifestyle magazine. So it's on the magazine right now with my mug, my bio, and my poetry full page, guys. Full page. And I just got my TikTok store approved, so my book will be able to. We're gonna do a pre-sale. So by the end of the month of September, y'all be getting your copy. Whoever gets it, whoever buys it, you can get it by the end of the
You should
month.
send me one.
I should send you one.
Yes,
Help me with the production, girl.
I will. Trust
All right.
me. Trust me. I have better production revenue.
Okay, tell me how it works.
So basically, you send me a sample,
Hmm.
and then I log into the link on the TikTok store, and you get all the revenue.
All right. We can we can we can DM and talk back and forth. Let's figure this out. All right.
Yeah, so tell me what's going on so I can tell you what's going on in my life.
So that's going on, and then we'll set it up also on Amazon and also on Apple. It's the two other sources to push it through. So that's what's popping off right now. So I'm excited about that because I've been waiting and going through some crap, that I just didn't understand, but now I know that some of these things we go through, one is for protection, two is because whenever there's a blessing coming, there's always those freaking mountains that show up to try to discourage you and push you down. I mean, there's so many things I can talk about that experience, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
Callie, how you doing, girl?
Yee. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I'm Dr. Love Hurts, and this is Midnight.
Hey, you should connect with Callie. Callie gets into some deep stuff like you do,
Oh,
and
well, tell her to send me a followers, and then I will definitely hook her up, and we can just get in these boxes.
Callie, connect with this young lady right here. She goes by the name of Dr. Love. Follow
Dr.
her.
Love Hurts. Dr. Love
Dr. Love
Hurts.
hurts. So she gets into a lot of the things you talk about. That could be a great combination. So
Oh, thank you, Callie. Definitely going to follow you, Callie.
awesome, awesome, awesome. But yeah,
Let me follow you right now.
so that's what's going on right now. For those of you guys that are coming in right now, my TikTok store has been approved. I'm waiting for approval of my first product, and then put out the link. Y'all can order the book. Pre-order the book before it comes out at the end of the month. Okay, guys. And then it's gonna be going up on Amazon and all the other good stuff. But
Hi,
first, right here.
Bose Brothers. Hold on, I have to shout somebody out because, dude, I watched their podcast and I just seen it. It's called Bose Brothers Podcast. Guys, y'all gotta check that dude out. Like I mean, I've watched that for a long time the other night. Like that,
What is it?
even though that I'm a female and it's all about men stuff. Oh my God, let me tell you, they get on some subjects like y'all need to go see that. Like, ooh man,
Send me DM me
I'll
the
be
link.
watching.
DM me the link.
Huh?
DM me the link.
I think Bose Brothers go over there and add him so he could watch too because he does that stuff too.
Okay.
Hi Wendy, Braceros. Hi everybody. Yes, Armstrong. But I've been going through a lot right now. I just barely moved to Amarillo, Texas, you guys. Uh, I'm dating and I don't think the tactics that I use to date is the same tactics that people do nowadays. Because I've been off the market. Like I took myself off the market because men they're either seeing two women at the same time, three women at the same time, and it's just not right. Like, or they're in a breakup or they're in a break and they're seeing this girl in the middle, and then you end up being the girl in the middle. Hi, Gina. So I'm just like, so let me tell you what I do when it comes to men because maybe you can give me some advice. I literally, if I do not want you, I will act like I'm in love with you. Reverse psychology, baby. I literally will like I will tell you like definitely if I'm in love with you or if anything, I will definitely have that conversation one on one. I will never send a text message saying that. If I messed up, I'll definitely send a text message, but you will see me in person.
Okay.
But have you ever had a woman send you flowers?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just have to ask,
What's wrong with that?
was it a test or was it like the true thing?
What do you mean?
Like, cause women, like, not for me. Like, if I send you flowers, oh no, oh jole no. Like, if I send you flowers, you are the one.
Okay.
But for you, I don't know what that was.
Okay. So what's the question?
So, like, do you, okay, so for me is, do you feel uncomfortable when women are sending you flowers?
Not at all. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, my mom even does that to me. Like on certain days, out of nowhere, I will get a thing of flowers from my mom. But
Yeah.
but again, and Callie's right on that. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody's love language is different, right?
Yeah.
You can't
My, mine
categorize.
is, mine is giving. I'm a big, big, big giver. Mine is totally giving. But like I have to speed it, like step it back a little because people do take advantage of that.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Like I'll go if I really like you, I'll definitely like, hey, you know what? I'll step out my neck for you, this and that. I'll definitely do all that. But
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So you're asking that question why? Because you sent some flowers to a
I
guy.
sent well, I did.
Okay.
I don't think he has received them. I really, 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 really don't think he has received them at this
Oh,
point.
so
So
you don't know yet his response yet. Okay,
no,
let me ask you this question: Is he affectionate? Okay, so he likes the hugs, he likes to be all that good stuff, right? You'll be
yeah.
fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I mean if I send you some or if we're talking and I send you something like that
Hey
let
Sam,
me
how are you?
see. Hi Sam, hi everybody, hi Christian, hi Nelly. Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. So like I do want to speak about this. You guys do not I think this is what's bothering me the most about dating life. Do
Hold on,
not be in a
hold on. Okay, so Callie's asking, do you like to be the alpha? So I'm not sure if you're asking me, Callie, or you're asking her.
Hi Ceci. Yo guys, go check out the churro truck if you're in Dumas. What
Okay,
is she saying?
she's asking you, do you like to be the alpha?
I'd like to be in control, but I will definitely give that in control up if it is right with the right person
Oh
because
my gosh,
I'm
I
so
just saw the
used to.
process in your brain. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. You saw that whole process right there, man.
Okay,
Damn.
but I had to step back and say something like, yes, I'm the alpha. Yes, I'm always the one in control, but I've always had to be the one in control. When a man can say, hey, you can no longer, like, I'll take control, I think I will be more than relieved in that situation because I've always been in control of everything because as I was a kid, I had to grow up early. I had to go provide at 15 years old because there was no food in the house. Like in control just makes me feel so much better. At least I know my ability. Control just makes me feel better being paid on time. Um, I'm not sitting here worrying about a bill whenever I know I can go make the money.
Callie's saying, but you can't have him learn that if you do his role.
Yeah, but if a man says, "Let me do my role," don't worry about it. I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna step back." But
So
dude, I'm 33
let
years
me ask
old
this
and
question.
it's never
Let
happened.
me ask this question, Callie. Are you saying that because a woman sends uh, flowers to a man, is that her playing the man's role, or it's just simple? No, I'm just trying to understand. Maybe is that where the question is coming from, or is that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand.
I'm trying to understand too.
Oh, this typing stinks. Well, you can come up here if you want.
Yeah, we'll add you. Let's have this conversation. Hi, Janet. Hey, everybody.
But we gotta have a rule, right? The rule is allow the person to finish talking, right?
Yeah.
How do I get her to
Hi,
come on?
Ulysses. Hi. Yeah. So definitely, like,
Why doesn't
I
it
was
see that
thinking
there are more people?
because I'll have to
Oh,
add.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, she can go live and then we can invite her in, like, or she can go live and then I can invite her in because
We're
I
in
got
battle mode.
spots.
We're in that other mode, the battle mode.
No,
So
no, no.
yeah,
She can go original live and
right.
you can add her in or I can. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
One of
so
us.
Callie, go live, Callie.
Yeah, she has to go live for that. So for me and Tolo, like, I've never ever met a man that would want to take control.
What?
Never. No. I was married to one and I was always in control. Like, he was so bad with finances and everything. Like, when I left him, my finances cleared up. Like, man, bills were on time. It was just weird.
I mean, I could understand sometimes people's strengths are different from one person to another.
Yeah.
As a woman, you might be the excellent person when it comes to finances, but as far as the other leadership roles, the guy might be, stronger. So it's just a matter of understanding that you are in a team, right? You're
Yeah.
working with a team. I think that is where maybe we it gets crossed and twisted and all that.
No, definitely understand that completely. It's just I've been so in control of my life because I'm so afraid to lose control.
There she is.
Hi.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
No
Hi,
worries. I
Anthony.
know
Hey,
the
everybody.
rules. I know why he
Right.
made that rule
That's
because
right.
I don't let a man talk.
Right.
That's why he made that rule. But when it comes to a woman, I will let her talk.
Definitely. But I have a question. I
Let's
was
see.
okay, so okay, do I heard a woman today and she said, I send flowers to a man to test him.
To
And
test
I
him.
didn't get it. I didn't get it until she said this. She said, if he calls you mad, let him go. If he's appreciative, keep him.
Which, again, as I mentioned, there are a lot of different types of men out there, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones that want to have that role as a man because that's what they were raised and born to do. And then there's others that, like Midnight, who's a little bit more in tune with his emotional side. And I say that in a very respectful way. Okay.
Hmm.
He's more in tune with like the emotional aspect, right? Of a man. Because let's keep it real, most men can't really show their emotions because that's, again, how they were trained. That's how they were raised. They can't
Hmm.
complain to their friends about it because then their friends are going to be like, man up, motherfucker, you're going to be a bitch. They can't bitch to their women. You get what I'm saying? They can't bitch to their woman because technically they're supposed to be the king. They're supposed to have the solutions. They're supposed to be the fixer, right? And then they can't
Yeah.
go and like, who can they really talk to, right? Nobody.
Hmm.
So for some men, they are emotional. And you're right. A real man, deep down, will probably tell you on the side, I really appreciate the flowers. I've never had this before,
Exactly.
right? He will say
Yeah.
that if he's one to be open and accepting to letting you do something nice like that. But for most men, if they have the support and love of a woman in different ways, they tend to um, they tend to be just appreciated right there. Because remember, each man in each category is different. If you got a guy who works in a blue collar job where he's constantly working hours out of the day, that's going to be different. That's a different man. When you got somebody who writes, who's a little bit more in tune on his emotional side, he's going to be a little different. When you have that straight up alpha male who takes control of everything and tells you, hey, baby, you're fucking safe with me. Stop doing what you're doing and just do what I need you to do and be submissive in a good way, that's a different kind of man. So Oh shit, I'm losing reception. Oh, here we
It's
go.
so
I
true.
think I'm.
But
You got me?
I
So it
definitely,
depends what kind
I
of
definitely,
man you're looking for and what kind of man you're dating. Because Midnight said it right on point. You gotta learn the dude's
that, I
love
mean, yeah,
language.
I do. Do you really want to know, guys? I will tell you this. I always date
Shut up, Alex.
egotistic men, and I don't know why, but I always do. And I'm like, okay, all right, guys, it's okay.
So
And to
good
be
to
honest
visit,
with
Alex.
you, I'm getting tired of it.
Do you want to know why you probably go for those men?
Why?
Hey,
Because
we're
you're a
getting a major
fixer.
storm right now.
You're a fixer.
It's what?
You want to fix them because you said it yourself. You've had to take care of yourself your whole life. You've had to find solutions your whole life. You like to take the role of being alpha because you've had to. So therefore, you look for a man that you think you can fix.
So true.
And realistically, you can't fix a man. You can't fix a woman. They got to fix themselves.
Corner chair. Yeah, I know. It's just weird for me to be like, okay, but I will never find a man that will be like, hey, like, I know we're in a relationship. You can let loose. Like, I never can. I think that day when somebody says that, it will throw me for a loop.
I mean, there's
So
definitely a man out there that will say that, but the question is, are you going to be receptive to trusting that you can be submissive to that?
I
That's what
could,
you got to ask yourself.
I could.
Yeah,
Because
and, you know,
if you're not willing to submit yourself in that good way, like there's a video that I'm going to be posting tomorrow, and he actually talks about that whole situation that we're talking about right now. And he made some very valid points with the woman when she feels safe and she feels good and she knows that this man's going to play his role. We're gonna naturally submit to them. It's not even gonna be looking like a submission because we're gonna naturally do it because realistically, our woman role is to nurture, it's to care, it's to support that man. Because remember, a man, if you're gonna think of it, it's like chess. You're making a move every day, but what protects the king? The queen.
Hmm.
So again, that supportive role. So
here's another.
once, go ahead.
Yeah, here's another aspect to it. Creation, the beginning of creation tells the whole story as God created man, created woman. When the man is doing what he's supposed to do at that time was to tend to the garden, name the animals
Thank
and
you,
all that
bro.
good stuff. He
Hi, Junior.
activates that special anointing or that special calling on the woman to assist the man and to do what is needed to be. But when the man's not doing his job and all that kind of stuff, then what happens is that woman, like she said, doesn't is not activated and takes certain roles that she's not supposed to, but because the man's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And the creation tells us right from the start.
Because
Yes.
remember, a man's gonna naturally do what he has to do to protect his family, provide for his family, and basically make sure that they're taken care of. When a woman doesn't feel like that man's not doing his job, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna
Man
take
up.
control and she's gonna man up and do the things a man can do. And another
Mm.
problem that I've noticed too is that a lot of people can't admit that we need each other. A woman goes around saying, I don't need a man. The fuck you don't need what? And then a fucking guy goes, man, fuck these bitches. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, blah, 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 blah. You feel me? Like, that's the mentality that we actually need to let go of. Because we do need to admit that we do need each other. And women need to stop doing that shit. And men need to stop doing that shit.
And that's some powerful truth right there,
You
Callie.
know what? I needed to hear that. I really, really needed to hear that. I think that is what's wrong with me.
You know, it's
Shut up,
it's like,
BC.
you know, people get hurt, right? And they said, I'm going to do this by myself and all of that. In reality, you can't. Any successful organization, a person, artist, whatever, marriage, whatever, they have important people that are positive influences over their life that
Hmm.
help them through the process to get to the top, to be healthy, to be alone. But of course, because we've been hurt We close up, we isolate, and that's the biggest mistake that we can do is isolate ourselves and not allow ourselves to get that positive feedback that we all need. It's just sometimes what happens is the choices we made of the people we choose to come into our life and give deposits. Sometimes it's like we don't watch that walk. We hear the talk, but we don't watch that walk. And that walk doesn't match up to the talk. And that's the part where we need to like really be keen on,
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I was telling you, you sending this man flowers is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Because I guarantee you, if he's a real man, right? I say real man, he's gonna appreciate it. But is he probably gonna tell you, hey baby, you don't need to do that? That's my job. It's my job to shower you. That's what he's probably gonna do. Doesn't mean he's getting angry at you for it. You feel me? He's not saying that he won't do it or won't accept it. But realistically, a real alpha male that actually, and I don't mean alpha male like an asshole. I mean like a real alpha male. He's not gonna let you do that because that's not your job.
Yeah.
He's not.
But I just wanted to see a reaction. Like, here's the deal, guys.
Wait. Let's agree to disagree.
Exactly. He's not used to it, so he's not gonna let you do it. Will he eventually be open-minded down the line? Yes, if he loves you. He'll be open-minded and eventually get used to it.
And I'll give you an example. My cousin is here. He can testify on what I'm talking about. My father was military, and he did not show love whatsoever. Like, I mean, I heard the word "I love you" 30 years later from his lips, right? So I grew up with this military mentality, this hardcore thing, what she was talking about, like, don't act a certain way, don't be a crybaby, that kind of stuff, because that was not acceptable with my pops. But as I grew up and I matured and I was open to feedback and open to teaching and open to examples of what a relationship looked like, then my whole mindset began to change, to the point where I came to my father, gave him a hug, gave him a kiss on the cheek, and I told him, Dad, I love you. My father, when I said those words to him, he didn't know how to react. He was like, whoa, because he never got that from his dad, right?
Well, you also have to remember being in the military, that plays a big part too.
Right.
Yeah, because they can't.
What are they trained to do?
But then
they're not trained. They can't use their emotions when they're on the battlefield, my dude. They gotta use logic when they're on the battlefield.
They literally break you down.
Right. But what I'm trying to say though with this whole thing is that process of relearning and changing to a point where, like, I become this individual now that I'm more in tune to what's going on, like even with my kids, embracing them, hugging them, licking their faces and just showing affection, type of thing. It's like, it became important to me because I didn't get that when I was a kid, but I changed. I allow myself to change to a point where, I could get flowers and I embrace that and say, thank you. But of course I won't want to do that back.
Hold on one second.
Sorry.
I want to deny a person the expression of showing their affection whatever way they want to.
Hold on, BC, you're going to have to go live and you're going to have to request to join because you can't join as a normal guest, my dude. So if you want to get in this talk, respectful, and then of course you have to go live and then request to join my live. Like if you're going to battle. Like click that little plus host when you go live and then ask to join my live and then you can join that way.
So I totally
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Midnight. I just wanted to not let him be waiting in the guest request like I was.
I totally agree with Midnight because, like, my whole childhood, nobody showed me love. So, like, every day I come home, I show my kids love every day, consistently. And I tell them I love them and I give them a kiss before school, because I never had that. So I was trying to be the bigger mom and everything I could ever be, because guess what? Nobody ever did that. They just said, suck it up.
Sounds cool.
Nobody. Yeah.
I mean, we all have the opportunity. We can we can grow up with certain mindsets, but as you mature, you are going to come to a place where you begin to challenge those beliefs and those things that have been ingrained in us, and then we're gonna say, man, is this really good? Is this really healthy? Coming from a Latino home, it's like the machismo can be very high, and
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna tell you.
Hmm.
If
not
you're Latina,
productive, right?
you were probably grown or probably in a household like that, where
Right.
Yeah.
the man provided, the woman stayed home, and the one that probably showed you affection was your mother.
Well, actually,
No,
both my
my mom
parents,
left
both
me.
my parents work.
Or could be the worst, opposite, where you don't get it from neither, right?
So
Sometimes that
so
happens too.
so both my parents worked, right? But my dad definitely was the alpha and definitely brought direction. But again, because growing up in the atmosphere where the man is the last word, you do what I say kind of thing, not really understanding that this is a team you got to build a relationship as a team, and that the person that you're with, their opinion is as valuable as yours. You can't, because I've learned this a long time ago. Like every partner I was with at one time or another, man, they saved me for some freaking situations, right? But have I kept that mentality? Have I kept that mentality of that machismo? I would have got myself into a lot of trouble. So it's a thing about challenging sometimes those upbringings and finding the true balance so that way you can have a wholesome, relationship and so on.
Right.
Yeah. I'll
So
put my
everybody, this is BC. BC, this
What's
is
up,
Midnight, and
DC?
this is Doc Love
Good to have you
Hurting.
here, man.
Dr. Love
yeah.
hurts.
No,
Dr.
I
Love
agree.
Hurts.
I agree with everything he just said. The only thing that I probably would question would be um, for the opinion portion of it.
Hmm.
If it's directed by feeling, I'm not going to let it happen.
Explain that.
If it's a realistic conversation, as far as like somebody wants, like you said, their opinion is just as important as yours, which is correct. But if they're trying to run it off of feeling, how to do it, or want something off of feeling, that's why I'm going to stop it.
But see the thing
I'll
with that
listen.
though, the
I
thing with
will
that
listen
BC,
to it.
the
Go
thing
ahead.
with that BC is like the conversation. So when you're sitting down, right, and you give your partner a space to be able to speak their mind and their opinion, at the end of the day, she's not saying you're gonna do what I'm gonna do. I just voicing my opinion, but at the end of the day, you have the last word. My husband, my brother, whatever, right? You have the last word.
Hmm.
Just hear me out and see how maybe we can come in the middle ground, or maybe you have some truth that maybe it's going to help me make a better decision for the family or financial situation,
Right.
that type of thing. Um, but of course, it's a conversation and it's an
Right.
agreement, right? That needs to happen
Right.
so that we can have that kind of result, right?
Yeah. Totally for it. But
Yeah.
most of the time, you're not going to be able to get that out of the women because their feelings running. They're not thinking rationally. When their
But
feelings get involved, they're not going to think rationally.
a lot of women catch feelings way too quick.
Hmm.
Do y'all believe in that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know from you. Um, it's me, Callie. So, Callie, um, how quick is too quick for you?
I'm different. Because
I can say.
I'm different because like I could get to know somebody within a month, like just talking, and then I could start realizing if I'm developing feelings for that person or not.
Mm,
So I'm different. I wear my heart on my sleeve, unfortunately.
me too.
So I can't, I don't fall in love because I've never been in love, but I can develop feelings much faster.
Yeah,
I think,
So
feelings is
I'm
well,
yeah,
different.
I'm the same way. I'll put it all out there, but I have to decide if
yeah,
I want that or not. So my
right.
mind goes where if I want, I go.
Hmm.
I don't follow a feeling. I follow what I can see in the future,
Right.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Realistic
And
view.
then that's where I put my mind to that and I go after that.
I agree with that. It's a
dang.
realistic view.
I believe if you conduct feelings way too fast, it might be very scary for you.
It can be. Oh, it's definitely scary because you're
And then
thinking like, holy shit, like I've never actually developed feelings like this for somebody else. What the fuck is really going on here? Am I missing something? But then when you start, I feel for me personally, not anybody else, but me personally, when I start doing that, I start trying to find the red flags and then I self-sabotage. And then I don't know if I could actually have a potential with someone.
Exactly.
So I'm learning as I'm going through my journey right now. I'm learning not to do that with people, and that's including friendships.
Dang.
I think it's what
Because
we
if I
call.
do that, it puts me in a state of like too much anxiety, too much overthinking, too much scenarios in my fucking head that I don't need to have.
See, I think with that is what we call developing the art of compromise. I mean, and there's
No.
certain things. There's certain things that, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. A guy might walk in the restroom and he uses it and leaves the toilet seat up. The woman comes in and I told you already, right? I told you already to put this down, right? And so there's that continued fight. Can you believe it or not? Some people divorce just because stupid stuff like that. But if you learn the art of compromise, you're like, okay, I know this is a little thing that he does or she does, but I can live with that. That doesn't really affect my world. It's just maybe something real petty that might catch me the wrong way on a bad day, but it's not worthy enough for me to throw everything away from. So it's kind of like learning those little pieces because no one's perfect. We all.
Right.
And on the feelings thing, if I start conducting feelings, I completely like tell you, I think you're trying to see somebody else. I'm just gonna let you go because I try not to explore it.
You
I
avoid it.
just don't. I do because if I can develop feelings that fast, then what am I missing in my life? Or was he
You
the
you
missing piece? Like, that's the
you
only
gotta go
reason I
back.
say that.
You gotta go back to your childhood.
Yep.
It was like he gave you so much love and it scared the living daylight out of me, so I just made up an excuse.
Let me ask you something. How was your childhood? Did you have both your parents?
No, I
No.
didn't have
Which
neither
one?
one of them.
There you
I had
go.
my
You
grandparents.
don't. You don't know what it feels like to be loved, like an unconditional type of love by your parent. You don't know what that feels like. So to you, it's normal, and when you feel it from somebody else, you run from it.
Yeah, I literally
And
do.
see,
I run from it.
I'm the opposite. I had both my parents together. They did show me unconditional love. We had our battles, but there's unconditional love with my parents. So therefore, I don't run away from it. I go straight for it. I do it, and if I realize it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and I walk away.
And I'm a little different too. It's
I'm the
my
opposite.
dad, being Army, and then my mother, coming to a place where they divorced. I've experienced abandonment, which down the line she came back into my life, and so sometimes I get in that mode where, like, I'm scared because I feel I've given everything. When's it gonna happen? When am I gonna get that bad news? That kind of situation, and puts you on that guard.
So then when they
Um,
back up, you try to grab. Hey, look, listen. Like don't go, don't go. That's how I do it. When I feel them backing out, I got to go forward because when I was a kid, my dad, I wait outside. Fuck, he's supposed to be coming to get me, and he never show up.
oh, that's me, brother. My mom did that
Right.
to me. I waited
So
outside. I waited outside with a box of toys,
yeah,
waited for hours, and then my
yep,
dad shows up. He goes, "What are you doing?" She's not coming back, and I
yep,
didn't see my mom 2 years later.
yep,
After that, man, brother, that's crazy.
yep.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I can explore. Like, yeah, maybe I am scared. Maybe I need to explore it. But I do want to say this: when something does arise and it bothers me, I will go talk to that person and be like, "Hey, what's up?" I will definitely target the situation and we will talk about the situation because I need closure. I always have to live with closure because I never got it as a kid.
Oh yeah,
So
see,
I
I'm
go
the
and
opposite. I learned that sometimes you're not always gonna get closure, and sometimes you just have to accept it.
Very true. Very true.
Sometimes
so
they may
true.
be already giving you the closure, and you don't even know it.
Yep.
And the closure for her was with love and a parent.
Hmm.
They walked her through a lot of things. You didn't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mamacita. I love you.
Aww. So yeah, I always needed closure. So okay, I like seen this guy for a little bit, and I'm not gonna tell you when and how. It was the past. So, um, he completely like ghosted me. No, I went to his house, knocked on the door. We both sat on the porch and started talking, and I was like, no, I need closure. And he was like, you're the first woman that's ever done this to come and get closure.
Yeah. So you're doing the opposite of what you grew up knowing. That's why you're
Hmm.
wanting it. That's why you're wanting closure because you've never gotten it.
Yeah.
So if you have, now that you're aware of things, you can try to breathe a little bit and accept more things because this person is not your parents and he's trying to show you what you've always wanted.
So true. So true.
That's key right there.
And see, a lot of my incidents from my past ended up occurring when I started becoming an adult. So a lot of my traumas came from being an adult, not actually my childhood. Like there was a lot of things that I went through mentally, physically, verbally, that I always wondered what the hell did I do to deserve this kind of thing, right? So that was my situation, being as an adult, as to oppose where a lot of it stems. For most people, a lot of it stems from childhood. I'm the
Mhm.
opposite.
Man, we're
Dang.
experiencing a big storm right now over here. This I could hear it outside.
Where you at?
It's about time Arizona gets some storm.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, about time.
it's a windstorm. It's a
No,
winter storm. They
you
call it.
thinking of some dust.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
we
you
get
can
those
hear
a
it.
lot here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang. But I definitely understand now everything. But I don't know. Like, I just ran from it, made an excuse. I should have never made an excuse because,
But you didn't know though. You can't blame
yeah.
yourself. You didn't know. Now you're aware. It's still going to be hard. There's still going to be a part
To do that. Like I told you, when I went to my father, right, I realized that he didn't know better. Right, I realized he didn't know better, so I took the first step in embrace it. When I came to my mom to finally heal and to let her know that I forgive her, I had to understand that at that time, that's all she knew. She didn't know how to fix those situations, you know? So I had to mature and be accepting. And you know what? Now, my mom is one of my best friends, man. You know, and all that changed, all that, did a whole turnaround. My father, rest in peace, we were able to connect towards the end, but it took a change for me personally, my mentality, me letting go of that past, and then allowing a fresh start to happen between both sides, you know.
Yep.
So
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it's interesting we're having this conversation. My son, my actual son, is in here. Listen to this. I I was
What up, bro?
I was
Oh,
I
hi.
was military. I didn't show him a lot of love. He's like, "Why are you always harder on me?" He's gonna deal with the same shit when, like right now, he's gonna deal with it. And I'm hoping he hears it. He's hearing this that he can somehow manage something a little better. As he's going through life by hearing this.
I know my dad intended good things for him to do what he did with me, to be stern and be strong,
I see.
because I can see that in my job. I can see that in those things in what I do. The only thing is that I've changed a few things to that teaching that they were
Right,
not really helpful for me, but
right.
but some of those things, it's like the watermelon effect. You take in what's good and you spit out the seeds, and you progress and you grow and you develop and you share that with your kids.
And see, for my
Mm.
journey right now, it's been complicated because I get told relationships need to have a lot of growth and forgiveness. But then my mentality right now is trying to figure out, okay, yes, there's a lot of growth and forgiveness that has to come with it, but when does the I'm sorry, but then do it all over again and again and again and again stop? That's a toxic cycle that I choose not to be a part of, because I've been in situations where, in a relationship, where somebody would say, I'm sorry for what I said, for what I did, supposedly think they take accountability, but then literally 2 days later, they do the same thing.
I had a husband that
then
did
you're
that.
not sorry. Then you're not sorry. So then how do you expect me to keep forgiving and forgiving and forgiving for the same situation? Eventually I just get done and I shut down and I say enough is enough for me because I can only handle so much. So for me, it's again the opposite. Like I've had that struggles to where I have to figure out patience because I admit I don't got patience. I don't got patience to tolerate a lot of bullshit. I really don't. Which is then I can be considered combative, non-submissive, all this other bullshit that I've been told because I have a strong personality. But just like you, I've been through a lot of situations as an adult that made me into the strong personality that I had to be. That a lot of people don't know
I
because I don't disclose it.
mhm. I agree with her. Like, I forgave somebody so much that it literally broke me. Like, he cheated on me with 11 women inside our marriage. And then after I hit Dr. Love Hurts and everything happened for Dr. Love Hurts, women were coming out the closet. It was 26 women in my marriage. And do you know how bad I felt? Because I kept on forgiving him. I kept on forgiving him. Now I'm just like, no, I get what she's saying.
And then I'm the type of person that I don't want to be with someone and have them wear it because I know I will not forget if I don't forgive, right? So if I'm with that person, if I'm with a person that constantly does that to me and I don't learn to heal from it, I'm gonna make you wear that shit every day, and that's what's gonna fuck up our relationship even more. Because of the
And
fact that I'm
I'm
not gonna
like
let you
that.
forget what the fuck you did to me. You know what I mean?
Yep,
And then
yep.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
that combative, petty ass bitch that I know I can be because you're not understanding that my reactions are coming from what the fuck you're telling me. You feel me? Like I don't
Yeah.
react unless you give me a reason to react. And I've always been like that since everything has happened to me. But have I learned to eventually pray for patience? Yes. And I'm going through that journey right now where I'm learning to trust, well, me, because I'm getting back into my spiritual side. I'm learning to trust God to give me patience because that's what I
Amen.
truly need. That's what I truly need. Because then I won't be able to tolerate anybody. And that's including friendships if I don't have it.
Hey, y'all, this isn't my live. Like, this is their own lives. We're just like in a battle setting.
Yeah.
So she's saying, like, they're
So
saying facts and
I
they're agreeing.
I
But
definitely agree with you. Uh, uh, at the end, I was very petty. At the end, I shut down. I got you. Like, dude, I was in bed crying myself to sleep, and he had already had gotten a house with another woman inside our marriage. So I definitely get you.
Yeah, because I am that type that will make you wear it every day if I don't learn to let go and I don't learn to forgive.
can
And
I
I don't
can I
like
no,
to be like that. I don't like to be like that, which is
can I ask
why
you?
I have to walk away from that situation, and people don't understand why I have to walk away.
Dr. Love,
Mm.
in those situations that counseling was mentioned, would you guys ever get into something like that, or it was just
Let me explain. I set up a counseling session. Okay. He told me, "Oh no, I'm I'm not going." So he went for the first session. After that, he said, "Y'all are just picking out what I'm doing and not what you're doing." And it was just like it was because he couldn't sit with the guilt. He couldn't
That's
sit
called
with the
they don't know
guilt
how
that
to
he was
take
saying that.
accountability. They don't know how to take
That's what I'm
accountability. They
saying.
don't know how to sit back, shut the fuck up, and listen to the fact that they have to take accountability. And that's what a lot of people who want to do that accusation shit to you. Oh, well, you did this to me. Well, blah, 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 blah. It's because they want to not take accountability for their actions. And that's just
Hmm.
it.
I would
When people
literally
learn how to take
apologize.
accountability, that changes the whole fucking game of the relationship. When people
I
can
think
just
for
say,
me,
I fucked up, I'm sorry, let me work on this, work with me on this to make sure this doesn't happen again, then the relationship can move forward. But if they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and not acknowledging that this is what they're doing, they're never going to change.
exactly. And for me, it was like he was always twisting everything I was doing. Everything was me. Anything that he
yeah,
was doing was me. And I was
usually you
like,
don't
what
want
the heck?
to.
Yeah. So for me, at the end of the day, he asked me the other day if I still loved him. So he could come back. And for me, that's not no go.
Ah, hell no. They never fucking change. They just want to know
It's
that they
three
can keep
years
you there.
later he's asking. 3 years
They just
later
want
he's
to know that
asking.
they
It's a
can
no
keep
go.
you there. That's
Yep,
what I believe.
Yeah,
they're still checking.
When they stalk
yeah,
your shit, when they stalk who the fuck you're talking to, when they're doing all that shit, it's because they want to know that they can still keep you in arm's length. Then they're really truly not letting you heal.
yeah. To be
Because I'm
honest
not
with you,
saying that
it
I
made
don't
me feel
believe in
so
second
good.
chances or nothing. I'm just saying really give the person that space to really let go and evaluate shit.
He had 3 chances. He messed him up the first month of everything.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
he
yeah.
said, this is what he said, guys, and I want your honest opinion. He goes, it's you and someone else. And I would tell him to bounce. If you
As you
really wanted
should.
your marriage, it wouldn't have been you and someone else. It would have been just directly you.
Baby, I'm nobody's second option. Go.
Yep, exactly. See you later.
I was in that situation with my ex fiance. He was trying to get back with me and still talking to this one female. And because I wasn't wanting to open up quite yet because I wanted to see his actions, he literally gave me an ultimatum. I said, you know what? That's cool then, baby boy. Go to her. And you know what happened? He married the bitch, and now he's fucking over here crying, saying, fuck, I should have stuck with you. Yeah, you should have stuck with me, but guess what, motherfucker? You didn't. So now you and I could just have a civil relationship for our kid. Have a good one. I love the guy. I will always have love for my ex fiance because we grew up together. We grew up in that relationship. He taught me things that, I learned about myself that I don't want, and I appreciate him for that. But the thing is the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and the problem is people don't want to work on their relationships anymore. They just want the easy way out and they want to bounce. They don't want to fix things. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want to actually go get help together separately, whatever. They don't want to let go of their past traumas with other relationships. They want to bring it into the relationship to you. There's a lot of fucked up shit. You got social media telling you all this bullshit. It's a lot of shit that affects relationships nowadays. And hence why
Yeah.
I'm single.
So he couldn't let go of the past. Either. Would pick up his kids because the husband of the baby mama would go hunting. And so whenever he would go pick up his kids, he would sleep with her. And I did not know until I went through his phone that was happening.
Mm.
So for me, if you can't let go of the past lady, you can't let go of me. I'm letting you go before you let me go. That's just straight up.
But it still goes back to the same thing. People just don't know, even from their childhood, they don't know that's affecting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you can figure it
Yeah.
out while you're still together, you gotta humble yourself and be like, oh, I just realized something. A lot of times people don't realize it. They just fuck it. They don't want to give it up already because they've already argued so long. And then they just break it up, but they got to try to work together. It's humble. Fuck, man. It's shit. People be hurting each other for no damn
Me,
reason.
I'm not gonna argue with anybody.
Well,
Yeah.
I
everybody,
ain't wasting my time.
you're going to. You're going to. If you get in a relationship, you're going to argue.
That's
But you got to
that's
learn how
that's
to come.
that's
You just got
reality.
to, yeah, you just got to communicate with the
Yeah,
argument.
you gotta be willing to disagree and still be
I've
friends
locked.
afterwards.
I think for me now, I don't like yelling or fighting, but I'll lock down.
But that
But
still goes
I'll
back
lock
from
down.
your
I won't say
childhood.
nothing.
I'm
yeah,
telling you, that goes still back from your childhood.
healthy communication. I mean, it's not about who's shouting. It's just communicating without elevating yourself, keeping yourself at a monotone state so that you can hear each other.
Right.
Whether even when you have a disagreement, and that takes a lot of discipline to do because obviously everybody wants to win the conversation. Everyone wants to push I'm right and you're wrong kind of situation. But maturity will tell
Hmm.
you, let's listen, let's dialogue,
Yeah.
let's come to that conclusion
Yeah.
together. So,
Argue.
but again, that takes a lot of discipline and a lot
It
of work
can.
at it, but it can be done. It can
It,
definitely be
it
done.
can. because most of the time arguments are about control. One person is trying to control something about the other one. That's why you're arguing. So if you can stop arguing, where you can actually respond back and forth, that's how it's supposed to go. Then an argument turns into a conversation. But that is hard when you get heated and your shit gets like start flowing. We know how to push each other's buttons already. You know what I mean? But it takes a lot of, like you said, discipline. It takes a whole lot of discipline. What is this?
I
Oh,
can find it.
what the
We're
hell?
not doing that right now.
Oh, okay, let me
Who's doing
withdraw.
that?
Yeah, we're not doing. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. I don't like to battle, so if anybody battles, I'm out.
Oh, okay. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, I
Yeah.
get, damn, me and her, like, we have like the same mentality.
Hey,
but
you
the thing
should.
is that I've had a lot of work though. Like BC will tell you, when he first met me, I wasn't always like this. I was really bad. I was to the point where I wanted to argue all the fucking time. I was so used to the toxicity that I was used to, and it really took me wanting to really learn and understand men to ask questions. And I understand BC is a different kind of man compared to Midnight, so I started asking different kinds of men different questions so that I can get a better understanding of what I need to do as a woman. And because I was so receptive to the information, it allowed me to start learning more about myself that I was willing to want to fix. Because again, it all comes back to I need to take accountability where my fuck ups are and I need to fix them. For myself, mostly. But it will help my relationship, whichever relationship I end up in the future, if that's in my cards, to do. But I know one of my fuck ups is patience. I don't have it. And I'm learning how to have it. And I'm learning,
I
well,
do
I've
have to,
learned to shut the fuck up sometimes. BC will tell you I've learned to shut the fuck up sometimes. And I don't mean
that
that
is
in a bad
funny.
way, because it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
just more of
I've,
like, you
I've
gotta listen.
I've said it in so many like different ways for it to make the understanding of shut the fuck up. I mean, I got it. I know exactly what
Yeah.
that means. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Dang. But dang, yeah, I can definitely see, yeah. Whew. But I hate to be like this, but my ex-husband is a sucky father.
He said
Like
what?
he's upset with me because I had left 3 years ago, but he takes it out on my kid.
Mm.
And I don't like that. I really don't. I really wish that I would find someone that would be that father figure. If not, then I don't know what to
And that's
say because
and that really sucks, man, because of the blame game, and that little face, that little innocent face, reminds them, and it could be reminds them how they messed up and how they ruined things, and oh my gosh, and
Thanks, Ashley.
innocent people get hurt in this process, um,
yeah, but and then even when he does come around, I'll be like on live talking about, oh, he went on a date. He'll come around and pick him up and be like getting all the information. So I don't even tell my kid anything anymore. I'm like, no. I gave him all the wrong information. I'll talk about all the wrong information all day long in front of my kid. So when he goes to his dad, all he hears is lies because that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's right as a parent either. No judgment, but like you shouldn't be using your kids as fucking pawns to figure out what the fucking other person's doing in their life. Women do that shit too with their kids, and I don't like that. It's like if you're over
I
it,
don't,
then you're over it. Move on.
yeah, I don't do it. It's just like he just wants to know. So I just kind of I told my kids, if I'm messing with somebody, you're not going to see them for a year. You're not going to even know their name. We're all going to just call him Sancho. And that's just it. It's just to protect my kids.
I mean, if you're taking him seriously, though, I do believe that it's best to introduce him earlier than later, because what if later down the line they meet your kids and your kids are like, Mom, I don't fucking like this person. Then you end up having to make a hard decision, especially if they're young.
Yeah.
because you need to take care of them while they're young.
Yeah.
If they're teenagers, that's a whole nother story. You can live your
No,
life, they can take
Yeah,
care of
they are.
themselves,
They
kind
are.
of.
They're it's
my mom
yeah.
made that mistake. My mom made that mistake and brought a guy into the house to actually move in and without even introductions. And I almost ended up stabbing the guy because I didn't like him, you know. But because at a younger age I went through so much, my mind began to mature and all of those types of things. Down the line I accepted him and he became a good part in my life to some degree that helped me to stay out of trouble, you know, because at those times I was getting in a lot of trouble. But the mistake there is like not introducing, not having a sit down before you make such a major move of moving a person into your house, you
Yeah.
know, without that connection. My God, I swear, I would sit there just thinking, contemplating. Man, sometimes I will get guns. Oh my gosh, I said that on here. I will get, you know, different things, you know, and I will contemplate because of the anger that I felt towards her, you know, and towards him because you're coming into my place, you're taking my spot, you know, you're doing, you know, and so parents sometimes don't think about that, and it's important to include your child in that process. Not tell them everything; they don't need to know. Sometimes I ask myself, you got to tell your child or your problems that you're having with your significant other. Why you do that?
No.
Why you got to go and why you got
Real
to
quick,
go
you
through
guys,
the
sorry to
burden?
interrupt. I don't want to interrupt. I do gotta get going. If you guys are still on later, then I'll hop back on, but I gotta
All
step
right,
out real quick.
no worries, no
So
worries.
BC, if you're
Okay.
following one of them or both of them, you can probably hit their live thing there in case you get disconnected.
Okay.
But
All right,
I'm in.
bye.
I definitely agree with you. A lot of people do make that mistake. That whatever problems that they're having, they're telling their kids, and I believe that that should never happen.
Right. I hear parents say, "Oh, I tell everything to my kids. I tell everything when I'm having a problem with him, when you know, because they're my best friend." Oh my gosh, that's the worst mistake.
But what she's doing is making him an enemy in the household when it
Yes.
is his household. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. No.
Yeah,
It's
At the end of the
I told my
day, I,
what they needed to know. Just what they needed to know.
yeah.
when I
Yeah.
got divorced, my kids felt like they had to choose, and I told them
Mm.
they didn't have to. I would always leave that door open. If he never opened that door, that is on him, not on me.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like, no, do not do that. If you're having problems, that's in between you and that person,
Yeah.
nobody else. That's it. I can understand like talking to a friend and getting some advice, but putting it in a third party, like content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't really think it's actually happening, but as a third party, like, hey, I got a friend going through this types of instead of saying it's you.
What's up, Serena?
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that. But like, hey, yeah, I do like I barely started dating, guys. Like, and I don't know, like, dating scares me
Just
in this decade.
just relax. You know, just relax. Take it day by day. You know, just take it day by day. You know, just take it day by day, and just be watchful. You know, just be watchful. Don't be judgmental, obviously. You know, but just be watchful. I mean, you're gonna find mistakes in every person.
Yeah.
You know,
But
we can
everybody
be
has them, so
we can
Well, yeah,
become.
but most of the time, the people that you're meeting, their intentions are good. Something goes haywire, and it's going to be about communication.
Yeah.
It's going to.
or it's gonna be about feelings and somebody pulling away because they got feelings. So
Well, that's you understand now why you're doing it. So if somebody's showing you something good, isn't that what you want?
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. But
Exactly.
I pull away
Hey,
every time. I always use the same line. I'm like, oh, I think you're seeing somebody. I'm just gonna leave you alone.
no, no.
Yeah.
Here's
So
the classic. Here's the classic one. No, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. No, 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 no.
yep, you're right. You done push me away now. Bye.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'm telling you.
Okay, which one is
it's
the
frustrating.
classic one?
It's frustrating though.
Yeah.
It very. I just came out of one just like that. Wouldn't let me. Everything was going great, and then boom, pull back. Shit got real. So here I go. Come here, come here. No, no, you scared me even more. No, listen, it's cool, it's good, I'm good. No, you don't want it. Now you're overwhelmed. Now you don't want to think about it. So you say that you don't like conflict and anything like that? That's the reason why you're running from that too. You're
You
running
know
from
what
that.
happens too with that though is that they end up going with someone else that treats them like shit, and that's comfortable because they know that. They know
And
that
they will.
environment. Yeah. Okay, I'm
You
home
will
now. I feel good
you
now.
yep, you will leave that dude that just trying to treat you well and run right into the arms of what's up, bitch.
No, I would not. No, I
That's
would
what
Hey,
you
not.
just
no, I've
left.
seen it though. I have seen it. I have
I
seen it
have
with my own
too.
eyes. That's why I always ask this question: is how is it that a guy can beat a woman, treat her like shit, and that woman is faithful and loyal, and then you get a guy who treats him like a queen, and
And goes
then
right back to the same type of dude.
exactly.
But I'm telling you, like, I think for me, it just the feelings were too quick, and I don't know. That's what scared me the most.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, the feeling that's something you wanted. So when it's brand new, it feels great. Run with it, but keep your wall and just poke them off as they go. So you got the feelings already. Understand it's coming from a place way back there. When you start getting scared, breathe. Now watch his actions.
Yeah.
Is he changing? Is he consistent? If he's consistent, go with it. Knock another wall down, no, another brick down. He has to stay consistent because when he's not consistent, you're going to go, oh, hold up. And that's what you need to look for. That's how you can tell if somebody's
Hmm.
for real with you or not. Because I can tell you anything you want to hear when I first meet you. I can make you fucking feel like you love me when I first meet you. Now you have to watch my actions of what everything I've just said to you. And that's how you tell. That's how you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, for me, I can understand, but I think I like pushed him away with that. Like, maybe he doesn't know it, but I don't really like. Eventually, I'll come around and talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Chances are, yeah, you did because you said too many negative things. It wasn't going forward; it was staying there or going backwards. Because you said yourself, you put on the brakes. You get overwhelmed. You get scared. So you're pushing him away by telling him negative things. All he's wanting to do right now is treat you right. I want you to accept what I'm giving you, but I can't, and I'm not whoever you're thinking about right now. Because it's not just a childhood; it comes from other relationships too. Like if you got done wrong, well, same shit happened as you not having parents. You still didn't get that love. You wanted it, but he didn't give it to you. So it happens over and over. But now you understand. You have to understand. Part of that is going to be you, and your self accountability is
Hmm.
the most important thing. Hopefully, you get a partner that will actually work in the same manner. Look inside me. You look inside you. How can I give me to you?
Mm, that's so true.
Yep. It
I
No,
didn't
happens
ever
like
think
that.
about all that. Like, I always just thought about my feelings. Like, oh no, I don't want to get hurt. Back the heck up. I'm gonna get out of this. Usually, I would be like, no, no, I'm in love with you, just so they would stay away. I literally would have be like, I'm so in love with you. I would do reverse psychology, but this one, I just straight up did blunt. Like,
yes,
hey, I
so,
think you're seeing someone else.
so
Yeah.
hey, but
I'm a dude that I believe in real traditional relationship, even to the way I live. So I live in the country. I grow my food. I kill my food. Not all of it. But I'm trying to get that way, right? I'm only 3 years deep into it. I've got it by myself, and that's how I want my partner. Because if I feel the way I feel about a traditional relationship is not having a man and a woman and kids in a home, both of y'all going to work and putting your money together to buy things. Mine goes back. Let's go back to Little House on the Prairie. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to work together to build a home outside the home, self-sufficient. So then when I hear the words codependency and people say it's a bad thing, I'm saying no, you have to be dependent on your partner. You have to, especially living like that. So if I'm going to plant this garden, we're going to work this shit together. I got to go do something that's heavier lifting. You got to go into that garden. I rely on you for getting our food, part of our food, and making our food. And you rely on me for getting all of our food.
But
And I'm relying, and it's teamwork. So you've ever been part of a team that you've never been codependent on? You're codependent on every single team that you've been on. You have to think and know that they're in their position.
Yeah.
So that's how I want to live my life.
I never thought about it that way.
So I'm in a situation where my woman doesn't have to work. Nowadays, they have a kid, right? So they're going to want the feeling of independence. So I'm saying, okay, fine. So I try to teach with women with children, you need to make money. You don't need careers. You need to make money because of your children. You need the most time with your children. It's important for the child to have their mother, but it's important for a child to have a male figure. Not necessarily the father, as long as the male figures go in the right direction for you. And you know what I mean? For like the well-being of your child. Because a man is going to have to do a career no matter what, with or without a woman. So I try to teach my son this, and hopefully one day it just sticks. Say, don't even look at a woman until you're like 30 years old. When you got your career going, where you're able to buy your own home, provide for what you actually want. So
that's another conversation, because I'm pretty sure I got a lot of single women up in here. You're like, hold on a second.
I was gonna say something.
Those agreements that happen before you engage into a relationship, so you know exactly what you're getting into, what the expectation is. Once you have that conversation, you'll agree on those things, and you know what I mean. Then you can proceed. But if it's not there, then okay, this is not for me. You gotta be mature enough and say, this is not for me. You know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What are you saying?
Oh, for
Yeah, I always tell people like,
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera around.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Somebody asked the same thing.
Y'all see that?
Okay.
What?
Y'all see that?
See what?
There's a guy in a mask.
In a mask?
Yeah.
Girl, hang up the phone, call PD, get inside the house now.
Oh my God! Look,
do you have?
He's right there.
I don't see nothing.
He's right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it now.
What am I looking at?
Go inside the house, girl.
A dude with a mask?
Yeah.
I don't see him.
You don't got a gun?
I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I see him right there. He's walking. I see him now. There he goes.
Yeah, keep him on camera. Make him think you're recording his ass.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, you better call.
Hey, call PD though. Call PD.
Get in your house and lock the door.
Yeah, call PD.
Call. There's a guy in a mask.
Call PD ASAP, like right now.
Okay, guys, I have to get off of here.
Go.